They've shattered faces, crushed spines, and turned champions into cautionary tales. These bulls weren't born to entertain, they were born to dominate. No mercy, and definitely no second chances.
Love of the game.
Get out from under him.
Get out of there.
Dig, Dan.
Bull rope. Oh no! His foot hung. Oh, man!
Here are the 10 most dangerous bulls in rodeo history. The ones that ended seasons, crushed bones, and in some cases, took lives. Let's start with Blueberry Wine, the bull who sent 93 riders crashing and even planted a hoof right in Tony Mendez's face. Blueberry Wine was pure chaos, wrapped in muscle. Riders who dared to climb on were tossed around, slammed into the dirt, and often left broken, bruised, and rattled.
Oh, this is wild. I mean, this is crazy. Oh! Kicked him right in the head.
Tony Mendez found out the hard way when he got bucked off and took a hoof straight to the face. Not a scrape, a full force kick.
Had to have your best day.
80 career outs, just 9 rides. Oh, I think he got it right in the chops, too. Nice job. But
And it wasn't a one-off. Blueberry had a way of spinning fast to the right, luring riders in, and just when they thought they had him figured out, he'd switch direction or explode with a move no one saw coming. That's how unpredictable this bull was. Nobody felt safe around him, not on his back, not on the ground, not even outside the chute. You thought Blueberry Wine was brutal? Wait until you hear how Little Yellow Jacket ruled 3 years straight. Little Yellow Jacket didn't need chaos to be deadly. He came in clean, calm, and calculated, then tore riders apart with precision.
Go all the way! Oh, no.
He held the PBR World Champion Bull title 3 years straight, from 2002 to 2004. That kind of streak doesn't happen by accident. Riders knew exactly what was coming. A hard kick, a strong spin, but even with the script in hand, they couldn't beat him.
Little Yellow Jacket, the champ whips around, opposite hand. Corey McFadden goes the other way.
Corey McFadden gave it a shot and took a brutal hit straight to the face. Chris Shivers, one of the greatest bull riders to ever touch the dirt, went 0 for 3 against him. That says everything. The thing with Little Yellow Jacket was that every time he stepped into the arena, he delivered, and he didn't care who you were, legend or rookie, you were going down. Then there's Pearl Harbor, the bull built like a tank. Pearl Harbor didn't play fair. Towering over most bulls in the chute, he looked like he was carved out of steel, and the moment that gate swung open, he hit the ground like a bomb going off.
when you're doing it day in and day out, you got to forget it and remember the love of the game.
His first jump alone was enough to rattle even the most seasoned pros. Riders lost balance before they even had a chance to adjust. One of the worst incidents came when JB Mooney got bucked off and crushed underneath him.
And this one's twice as hard. Oh, boy.
That was Pearl Harbor, doing what he did best, destroying anyone who thought they had a shot. Riders called him mean. Not just tough, not just strong, mean. He'd slam into the chute, kick wild, smash into panels like he didn't care. And honestly, he didn't. If your name got drawn next to Pearl Harbor, all you could do was pray. Pearl Harbor crushed bones, but Long John crushed seasons. He looked like he belonged in a heavyweight boxing match, not an arena. He'd launch riders straight into the air with that back kick. And if they hit the dirt wrong, the damage was real. In 2015, he proved just how dominant he was, earning the PBR World Champion Bull title.
Well, you can see him turning loose with his feet, trying to get them back down there where they go. The bull's very impressive, and like I said, not having a pattern.
He was quick on his feet and sharp in the head. He'd trick riders by starting with a rhythm, then snapping into a different pattern just as they settled in. J.W. Harris got the worst of it. A brutal concussion, back injuries, trampled, and that was just one example. Long John was a season-ending bull. One draw could cost a rider their whole year. Fans cheered him on, sure, but the guys in the locker room, they weren't cheering. They were bracing for impact. Up next is Promised Land. Carrying a reputation soaked in tragedy, Promised Land had a name that sounded peaceful, but there was nothing peaceful about what he did in the arena. Back in 1999 at the PBR World Championships, Aaron Semmes got thrown hard and stomped so viciously that his protective vest was ripped open under the arm.
Aaron, coming left. Get your shoulder to him or, oh, get out from under him.
Get out of there.
Dig, Dan. Boy.
That was only the beginning of his reputation. By the very next year, Promised Land's name turned even darker when Canadian rider Glenn Keeley lost his life after being stomped during a ride. He didn't follow a pattern. He'd spin, lurch, buck sideways out of nowhere. When riders drew Promised Land, they didn't think about scores. They thought about survival. After the wrecks Promised Land left behind, riders hoped for a break. Instead, they got Chicken on a Chain, 1,900 pounds of pure chaos. Chicken on a Chain wasn't some goofy name. He was a battering ram with legs, big as a truck, fast like a sports car. And if you weren't ready, he'd ruin your night before you even found your balance. Rookie Austin Meyer came close once. The next time, Chicken made sure that didn't happen again. He slammed Meyer to the dirt and made it crystal clear. This bull wasn't giving out second chances, but it was DJ Deming who really paid the price. In 2008, Chicken bucked him so hard his leg twisted midair. It led to a broken femur, surgery, a metal rod, and season over. He wasn't just a wrecking machine, he was a winner.
The most famous bull that's probably ever graced this sport. Anybody that follows this sport at all knows about Chicken on a
World Champion Bull in 2007, Brand of Honor in 2015, 130 outs, 45-point average. He pushed riders to their limit and showed exactly what it took to ride at the top. Then there's Dillinger, the bull who turned mistakes into slam dunks of pain. Dillinger was a full-force storm packed into 1,800 pounds of muscle. He got back-to-back PBR World Champion Bull titles in 2000 and 2001.
Against Troy Dunn. Going to the left. He got rolled to the right. He's going to the left. Troy Dunn got around the corner and just flashed him out of there.
He left a trail of broken pride and broken faces. Riders loved watching him from the stands, but hated pulling his name on the draw. He was fast, violent, and could spin out of nowhere. One mistake, and you were airborne. That's exactly what happened to Passon Thierson in Anaheim.
Come on, Corey. Come on, Corey. He lost the bull rope. Oh, no. His foot hung. Oh, man.
Slight misstep, and Dillinger slammed him face first into the dirt, hard enough to cause a concussion and tear open his skin. His buck-off rate? Over 85%. Most didn't even last a few seconds. Up next is Bushwhacker, the nightmare every rider prayed to avoid. Bushwhacker ruled the sport with power, precision, and a streak no bull could touch. He tore through the PBR with 42 straight buck-off. That record, untouchable for years. JB Mauney eventually rode him, but it took multiple tries. And even he admitted it nearly broke him. Others weren't so lucky. Nathan Shaper ended up with a shattered leg. Both tibia and fibula snapped when Bushwhacker bucked him off and stomped down hard. Doctors had to use rods and screws to fix the damage. Bushwhacker won 3 World Champion Bull titles and got the Brand of Honor in 2016. Fans screamed for him like he was a celebrity, but for riders, he was a nightmare on 4 hooves, strong, smart, unpredictable. Then there's Asteroid, the bull who ripped off 16 straight buck-offs in a blur of speed and muscle. Asteroid wasn't the biggest bull out there, but don't let the size fool you. What he lacked in bulk, he made up for in speed and pure precision. Every time he left the chute, he showed riders why he was one of the hardest bulls to cover. That's pure dominance. In 2012, Stormy Wing got launched off him so violently, it looked like he'd been shot out of a cannon. Cody Ford took the full force of Asteroid's fury. Asteroid bucked hard and clean, but the landing shattered Ford's pelvis. Torn cartilage, screaming pain. Doctors said it was one of the worst injuries they'd ever seen from a bull ride. And finally, there's Bodacious, the great yellow bull who didn't just end rides, he ended seasons, careers, and even lives. Bodacious didn't throw riders, he crushed them. They called him the Great Yellow Bull, but anyone who faced him called him something much worse. He had a signature move that made him infamous, a violent upward head thrust that smashed straight into a rider's face. That move shattered Tough Hedeman's face in 1995.
The flagpoles, here we go. Right up, Tuffy. Right, stay in the face. Yeah, he's knocked out, open up.
Every major bone, 13 hours of surgery, doctors rebuilt him, but the scars told the real story, and Brent Thurman never even got that chance. Bodacious stomped him during a ride and he died a few days later. The bull had only 8 qualified rides out of 135. That's not just rare. That's nearly impossible. He was crowned PRCA Bucking Bull of the Year in 1994 and 1995, and PBR World Champion Bull in 1995. But all those titles came second to one thing: fear, pure, earned. Which of these bulls do you think was the deadliest of them all? Got one we missed? Drop it in the comments. We're all ears for wreck stories and bull legends. And if you're into wild rides and rodeo history, hit like and subscribe. More dirt, more danger, more 8-second madness is coming your way.